Friends, this is Scott with Modern Living Off-Grid, and today I'd like to talk to you about pop-up campers, also known as tent trailers. If you're not familiar with what a pop-up camper is, it's basically a trailer that when the top is raised, the sides and the front and the rear are made out of a canvas material. The benefit to that is you get an extremely roomy trailer when fully popped up and extended, but an extremely low profile when traveling down the road. This particular trailer, fully loaded with water and a battery, weighs under 1,500 pounds, making it perfect for an SUV or if you're a family with a minivan, very easy to tow. The other benefit to a pop-up camper is when you're not using it, these can easily be stored inside your garage. This particular unit right here is a Rockwood 1760 that I purchased brand new when I was 17 years old back in 1984. I'm shooting this video in August of 2018, which makes this pop-up 34 years old. The reason I've hung on to this trailer all those years is for the above mention. It's lightweight, it's easy to store, I have a little money into it, insurance is cheap, and tabs are very cheap. The other thing I really like about these is you can get these things into just about anywhere. Large travel trailers such as our Sprinter, we need a much larger site, and I don't need a diesel 1-ton dually to pull something like this. Let's take a walk around. I'll kind of show you some of the features. Although this is an older trailer, the principles are identical to the trailers today. Starting in the back here, we've got on the front and the back, we've got two hold downs that secure the roof while traveling. We've got a light here that'll light up your patio, along with the door to go inside the trailer. Coming around the front, we've got a 20-pound propane tank that's used to power the stove. In the corner there, we have the roof access mechanism to raise and lower the roof. And I'll show you how that works in just a minute here. Moving around this side, again, we have this side, both front and back, roof hold downs. We've got the drain for the sink, and typically what I'll do here is I'll just take a garden hose and drain it into a 5-gallon pail, and I'll dump it at the holding stations. We typically don't want our gray water running on the ground. We have the city input for fresh water, 15 amp electrical. We have our fresh water holding tank where we fill it, along with the drain for the fresh water. Moving around the back, we've obviously got our spare tire mounted to the back, along with two stabilizer jacks that are put down to prevent the trailer from tipping. Kind of a funny story. Many years ago, my wife and I were using this trailer out in the Rocky Mountains, and we forgot to put those jacks down. I bet you can guess what happened. Yep, we got it popped up, got our stuff in, went inside, shifted our weight to the back, and front end popped up. Kind of a funny story, but something we'll always remember about this trailer. Let me go up front here, and I'll meet you up there, and we'll pop this thing up, so you can see how that works. Friends, and welcome back. I'm joined by my little buddy Max, my 7-year-old German Shepherd, and I've already gone around the trailer and loosened the hold downs on both sides. Now I'm going to access the lift compartment. Inside the lift compartment, at least on this particular trailer, there's a handle that basically goes in like that. And basically, I just turn this, and you'll notice as I turn it, the roof starts to rise. I'm just going to continue to turn until this red cable is tight. Now, you don't want to over crank these, so as soon as this guy starts getting tight, I'm going to slow down to make sure I don't overextend this. And there we go, we're fully extended. The next thing I do is I got two bars that help hold out one of the beds. Some of the other trailers will have this mechanism that slides. Typically those trailers are a little bit larger. Max, what are you barking at? Hey, what are you barking at, buddy? And these just go in like this. Next thing I do is I just simply grab this and I pull. Yep. There we go. And this makes up one of the beds. come around and do the same thing on the other side. And these flaps are designed basically to protect the lift mechanism. And again, this trailer is 34 years old. You can see what amazing shape it is, how good the canvas is. A couple things I want to mention on tent trailers is you never put these things away wet. If you take them out and they get wet, whether it's from the morning dew or you had a rainstorm, always pop them up and let them thoroughly dry. Nothing will ruin one of these faster than moisture. Same thing here. I simply grab this side and I extend it. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to cover up this pole with this flap. And we'll come around to the front. And I'll do the same to this one here. I notice a few black marks here. Over the years, some of the lubrication that's used on the slide has rubbed off onto the canvas. Kind of hard to get out, but that's what that is. Now the trailer is up. You can take a look at the inside and kind of how everything is when the trailer is popped down. As you can see, right in the center here, we've got the sink, and the stove actually flips forward and down, which gives it the room for the top to come down. So I'm going to go inside and flip that up. And basically all you do is you simply grab it, lift, and bring it up. Now what I've got is I've got a sink and a nice 2-burner stove. Behind me, we've got a nice sleeping area for probably 1 adult, maybe 2 small children could easily fit here. Now there's also these bars. So I'm going to go ahead and put these bars up. So basically what this bar does, it kind of helps support this part of the trailer. You simply find the bar beam that goes across the back and it hooks to the ceiling. We got a couple privacy curtains here. On this side is the table. Now in the down position, this makes another sleeping area. So it's very possible in this particular camper you could easily sleep 6 people. But I'm going to go ahead and put the dinette up just to kind of show you how that works. Basically these go along the back. And I keep my pole support underneath there, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Put this guy for the backrest. And then the table simply lifts up. And while I've got the table up, I'm going to go ahead and stick this back beam in. Same as the front. I just find the bar that goes across the back and I simply snap it into place. Move my curtains aside. Put this guy back up. Put my table stand in. And put my table. There we go. Oh, my little Max joined us here. What do you think, Max? As you can see now, we've got easy seating for at least 4 people. Easy sleeping for 2 in the back. Easy sleeping for 2 in the front, making this a perfect trailer for a family between 4 and 6 people. For the door, it's the last thing I need to put down. On this particular trailer, the door is held in the up position. There's 3 hold downs at the top. The door simply comes down. There's 2 little notches here that the door goes into. I simply close the outside door, secure it. And then this guy is kind of hard to push. There we go. That guy secures there. And then finally, the canvas Goes down the side. Now, for sake of time, I won't do the other side, but you kind of get the idea. Now we got disadvantages I'd like to talk to you about pop-up type campers. Number one, on this particular unit, with the top down, this unit folds on the floor like I showed you earlier, meaning I can't get access to the refrigerator. Now in this particular unit, this is actually an ice box, not an actual refrigerator, so we don't use it a lot. But in today's world, with the DC powered refrigerators, portable refrigerators that are available, we wouldn't use this. We just don't use this anymore. The other disadvantage is if you're doing any long traveling, staying at a Walmart or maybe a rest area in a pop-up camper isn't feasible. You can't go into a Walmart parking lot, pop one of these up. Other than that, that's probably about the two big disadvantages with a unit like this. Otherwise, for a family starting out, someone that's looking to get into an off-grid lifestyle, enjoy the state parks, the national parks, I would very much recommend a tent trailer. Again, you don't need a very powerful vehicle to pull something like this. Storage is easy. Let me go and show you how we pop this unit back down. It's basically the reverse of what I just did. So, to secure this, I basically kind of zip everything back up. Normally at this point I would drop the roof vent, but since we store this inside, I keep the roof vent open just to get some air. I need to move these guys in so they don't interfere with the canvas going down. I simply remove this bar. I get the table. Give my cameraman a chance to get out. I'm going to secure my post. Take this bar. Again, bring these guys in. Take my table and put back where it was. Take the back for the table and put down. So again, basically making this into a bed. It's the same procedure you do if you're making this into a bed at night. I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to zip it back up. I'm going to do my door next. So basically I just pull the canvas out from the door and close the door. Disconnect the door. Now it's back to two pieces. Up on the top, release the hold downs. Bring the door up, secure to the ceiling. And finally on the inside, my final task is to simply take the stove and the sink and fold it back over. The inside is now ready to go down. On the outside, I'm going to bring these guys back around the support post. I'm going to do that to all four corners. And I'm going to have to go back inside one more time to pull the beds in. Let me show you how that's done. Might be a little bit hard to see, but on the beds there's a strap. I basically just grab this strap and give it a yank, and as you can see, the bed comes in. And I'm going to do that exact same thing to the other side. Now this may be specific to this unit, but I need to pull in the support for the back, so I'm going to do that. And I'll do the same to the other side here. There we go, both sides are fully in. Go back outside, we'll go to the back of the unit. Real important step is you want to make sure that everything is on the inside when the roof comes down. So I'm basically just going to take this piece and push all the way back. Take my bars, put it under this little strap here that secures them. Kind of keep pulling everything in. We'll go around to the front. And it's the exact same procedure up here. I'm going to make sure that everything is inside. Take the bars off. There's little straps to secure them. And again, this unit is ready to go down. So it's basically the reverse of how I brought it up. So I'm simply going to start turning the opposite direction. And you can see the top slowly starts coming down. I'm going to bring it down about 3/4 of the way, and then I'm going to stop. Now in this particular unit, if I were to let go of this, it's possible the top could continue to come down. So I'm going to turn it a couple times up to actually latch it. Now the unit is latched. I don't have to necessarily worry about the top coming down. I'm still going to be careful because you don't want to trust the cabling system. But I need to push all this canvas back inside. So I'm basically just going to start pushing it inside. Go around to the back and do the same thing. And around to the side. Making sure that all the canvas is on the inside of the trailer. And now I'm going to continue bringing it down. And now I'm going to go until I'm almost completely down. Again, I'm going to turn a couple turns to latch it. I'm going to do my final kind of pushing everything back inside. Go around to the back. And that's pretty much it. I will now bring it down the rest of the way. Now it's real important, once you start feeling a lot of tension in here, you want to stop. You don't want to use the cable system to pull it down. So I'm pretty much done now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to go on each corner, press it down, and then latch the roof. Other than raising my rear stabilizer jacks, this unit would be ready to hook onto the vehicle and go. As you can see, it probably took me maybe less than 5 minutes to put it up, 5 minutes to put it down. So it's really not a big deal if you're going to go from campground to campground to campground. The benefits again of this, you can pull with just about anything. With my diesel dually, I'm getting between maybe 8 to 11 miles per gallon if I'm lucky. pulling this behind an SUV, you can be in the mid-20s, so definitely a gas savings there. If you guys have any experience with pop-up campers, please leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching.